Hi everyone. Good to see you all. All your smiling faces. Good to see you. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Do me a favor, put your name in the chat. Helps me take attendance. Hope you're all recovered or recovering from games. I know I am recovering still. It's a little hard to get out of bed this morning, but it's all good fun. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I can't wait to hear about it. I got to see many of you this weekend, made me really happy. All right, we will go ahead and get started with Health Corner today. Today, I thought it would only be fitting that since we just came off of a really exciting, awesome weekend, that we talk about some mindfulness and meditation. Super important stuff. We want strong minds and strong bodies. Really good stuff. But before we get to this, I want to hear about what you guys did for your Healthy Habit Challenge last week. Did anyone think about a food swap or a Thanksgiving or a holiday dish? Anyone? Anything? You want to share? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Kiana, go ahead.
We're having turkey this year.
You're having turkey. All right, great. What food group is turkey from? Is turkey a vegetable? No. Yeah, Gabriel, it's a meat. What food group does that belong to? It starts with a P. Who knows? Protein, exactly right, Gilbert. Yes, excellent. That's some good protein. Gabriel having mashed potatoes. Awesome. Kyle, you got your flu shot. Good job. I'm so proud of you. Ian, you're having stuffing. Great. Great. Good, you guys. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. All right. So, oh, you're having corn too, Gabriel. That's great. I love corn. That's a really healthy alternative to some other starchier processed foods. Corn is great. All right. So today's topic, mindfulness and meditation. Does anyone know what is mindfulness or want to take a guess at what mindfulness is? What does it mean to be mindful? Be able to relax. Yeah, relax is definitely part of it. Anyone else have any other ideas? Yoga, Gilbert. Yeah, yoga is a great way to practice mindfulness. Schoolwork, Kyle. Sure, you can be mindful while doing your schoolwork. Resting, Gabriel. Yeah, mindfulness helps us rest. Meditation. Yeah. Watch what you're eating. Yeah, Ian, that's exactly right. Food plays a huge role in our body's ability to function. So, mindfulness, you guys, is an awareness of the present moment. So, we're not thinking about the past and our past, that awesome weekend we just had, and we're not thinking about the future, right? Summer games, Christmas, everything that's to come. Mindfulness or being mindful is being aware of just what's happening right now and being present. There are four main components of mindfulness that are all super important. So they're awareness, being present, acceptance, and focus. These four things are really, really important to help building strong minds. So the first two are awareness and being present. What does awareness mean? Does anyone know? What does it mean to be aware of something? Yeah, Gabriel, we want to pay attention to our surroundings. We want to be aware of our surroundings. But what does it mean to be aware? I know you all know what it means, but maybe sometimes it's hard to define the word, right? So being aware is just kind of paying attention, right? Focusing, paying attention to something. If you are aware of your surroundings, you're paying attention to everything that's around you. You're kind of almost taking inventory of the things that are around you, right? Yeah, like watching the road. Yep. And being present, right, is just focusing on what's happening right now. So awareness is all about paying attention to your environment, your thoughts, and your body. Where are you? Are you sitting in a comfortable position? How are you feeling? Are you having a good day? What are you worrying about? Um, all of those things. Yeah, you guys are so smart. The chat looks super good. All right. And being present is about making an effort to let go of the past. So anytime, maybe if something not so good happens to us, sometimes we hang on to it, right? But we want to let go of the past and also let go of anything we're worried about that could happen in the future, so that we can just appreciate the current moment that we are living right now. Super, super important. We want to be in tune with our surroundings. A good way to do this is to check in with our five senses, right? So our eyes, our nose, our taste buds, our hearing, our touch. What do we see, right? Right now, you probably see a computer or a phone or a tablet, whatever you're on Zoom, and you probably see me and you hear me talking to you. But what do you smell? Does it smell like your house maybe, or smell like your laundry detergent? What do you taste? Maybe you had some lunch earlier and you still taste a little bit of that sauce or something. What do you hear? You probably hear my voice. And what do you feel? Are you rubbing your hands together and you feel your two hands? Or are you feeling a blanket that maybe is on your lap? What are you thinking about, right? Are you being present and thinking about what I'm talking about? Or are you kind of half listening, half thinking about what happened this weekend, right? Both of those are okay, but being present, the practice of being present means just sitting where you are and thinking about where you are in this given moment. All right, so the other two principles to being mindful are acceptance and focus. Does anyone know what those two words mean? I know you know what they mean, but can we define them, or can we come up with a synonym? So another way to say one of those two things? I love that one. That's great. That's great. That's a great synonym. Focus is studying. Yeah. Studying. You could definitely focus on studying. Being accepted for who you are, Ian. Yes, exactly right. So acceptance is being okay with whatever is happening, right? You are, regardless of if it's good or it's bad, everything is okay. It's very peaceful. There's no stress around it necessarily. And focus is sort of the ability to hone in on one thing that's happening, right? Let's focus on other things. Yeah. So acceptance is all about accepting yourself or your current situation and the people and things around you, right? Then you guys were exactly right with your synonyms and your answers. Way better than this definition that I have here. And focus is about choosing what you're paying attention to in the current moment. You might choose to focus on your feelings or your breath or the five senses that we talked about, right? And being able to focus on something that is currently happening helps us with our previous two pillars of being present and being aware, right? So, why is mindfulness important? What do you guys think? Why is it important to be mindful? Yeah, Kiana, focusing helps us stay healthy and be strong. That's absolutely right. Why else? Why is it important to be mindful? Yeah, to stay healthy and be strong and be brave. Gabriel, yeah. Kyle, focus on math. You could focus on math, maybe in school, or maybe if you're doing an activity. But why is mindfulness important? Doing the right thing. Yeah, mindfulness is super important because you are all super busy people, right? You've got so many activities going on. I know I've got a lot of activities going on too, but being mindful helps us to really enjoy our lives, right? It helps us focus, it helps us perform really well and be proud of ourselves. Mindfulness is super important. See in this little picture, this guy's worrying about all these things, but this dog is just enjoying the walk, right? We let life pass us by if we're so stressed on what's happening next. So being mindful helps us enjoy the little moments too. And when we practice mindfulness, it helps us be present instead of thinking about the past or the future, right? And a big part of mindfulness is that acceptance that we talked about. So the love, being accepted for who you are. It means that we're paying attention to our thoughts and our feelings without judging them, which is super important. Helps us build strong minds. And mindfulness can be helpful to us in a lot of different ways, right? So it can improve our sleep quality. We can rest better, right? Many of you just came off of a really athletically vigorous weekend. You worked so hard. And we want to make sure that we're resting well so that our muscles and our bodies have time to heal. It can help increase empathy. And help us connect with others. That's super important too. It'll help us reduce stress, right? Maybe some of us felt a little bit stressed this weekend as we were competing. Being mindful can help with that. So practicing mindfulness can help us feel more fulfilled and enjoy the little moments, right? There are so many beautiful little moments every single day, and we want to be sure that we can appreciate them. Mindfulness can help us appreciate and enjoy life, right? Sometimes we might feel stuck, or we might feel like we're just kind of going through the motions. Every day or every week might feel the same, or we might feel bored. But practicing mindfulness can help us enjoy the day-to-day and give us a more positive outlook because we're appreciating where we are right now instead of worrying about the past or worrying about the future. We're just in the moment. When should we practice mindfulness? We can be mindful at any time during the day, right? When we wake up, we can set aside some time to practice mindfulness by journaling or listening to some music and just thinking about sitting with ourselves and thinking about how we're feeling and how we're going to set our intentions for the day. We could think about it, or we could be mindful during our shower and just think about how we're feeling and what the day is going to look like, or when we're cooking or eating, when we're driving. There are so many good times to be mindful. Yeah, Gabriel, walking. Yep. Zoe, yep, every day and on the weekends too. Yeah. Kyle, K-pop singing. Yeah, you could be mindful when you're doing some of your favorite activities. Exactly right. We can practice mindfulness every day in almost everything that we do, right? Mindfulness can transform the way that we approach life. Yeah, Gilbert, exercises on Zoom, absolutely. All right, so really quick, we're gonna watch this video that I found on mindfulness that really changed my perspective on it, and then we will get back to my PowerPoint.
Mindfulness is the ability to pay attention to the current moment as often as possible. This involves using your 5 senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? What do you smell? What do you taste? Another thing to pay attention to are your thoughts. Almost any activity can be done mindfully, but some are better than others. Listening to music and dancing can be done mindfully. Doing your homework can be done mindfully. Cooking meals can be done mindfully. Gardening can be done mindfully. Going for a walk in the woods, in nature, anywhere really, can be done mindfully. You can also go for a run and be mindful. Exercising can be done mindfully, especially if you're doing yoga. Biking is also another form of exercise that can be done mindfully. You might think this is odd, but just regular daily activities like brushing your teeth can be done mindfully. At this point, you're probably wondering, well, how can all of these activities be done mindfully? The first step is during the activity, stop what you're doing and breathe in deeply and breathe out in a long breath. You might even make a big sigh noise. While doing your homework, do the same thing. Take deep breaths. Notice the feeling and sensation of that breathing. And also notice the scratch of the pencil on paper. Notice the feeling of your feet on the floor. While you're cooking, pay attention to the sounds of your knife on the cutting board or the smells. When you're eating, you can pay attention to the taste and textures of your food. When you're outside, notice the intricate details of each little leaf or blade of grass or flower. Notice the sounds that animals make. There are so many things that we can pay attention to when we're mindful. Paying attention to the sensations of your body and thoughts when you are upset can be very powerful. Attending to your breath forces your body to calm down. Sometimes, if you go into mindfulness mode while angry, sad, or scared, you can think of a solution to the problem before acting. Mindfulness opens up a whole world that we've been ignoring for years and years, maybe our entire lives. It's time to start paying attention, don't you think?
All right, you guys. So hold on, let me share my PowerPoint again. Back up here. All right. So now that we covered mindfulness, I want us to cover meditation. Does anyone know what meditation is or want to share something about meditation? Anyone know what it is? Gabriel, clearing the mind. Yeah, that's great. Yep. Ian, yep. Yoga is a great meditation. Kyle, thinking good thoughts. Yeah, definitely. Gilbert, taking deep breaths. Yes, these are all great components of meditation or methods of meditation. I love it. You guys are so smart. Meditation is an intentional and formal practice of being mindful. So really anything can be a meditation, but like in the video, there are some activities that are a little bit more conducive than others. And just like we train to compete for sports, right? You guys all trained really hard to compete this past weekend. Meditation is our training to be mindful and aware. So meditation can help recenter us and help us feel more balanced and calm us down. Even just a few minutes a day can be super, super helpful. So meditation, as great as it is, it takes practice, right? So just like we practice for sports, we have to practice being mindful. If you've never meditated before, it might be hard to focus on your breath or stay present and focus on your current experience. But it's okay, right? We lean into discomfort here. And the only way to get better at something is to keep practicing. So I hope that you will all challenge yourself to committing to make meditation a part of your day and a part of your daily routine. So a quiet meditation that I like to practice every day, here are some steps. I like to do this before bed to kind of help me rest a little bit better. So you just want to make sure that you're comfortable. You can be sitting or laying down. And then you just kind of take a few breaths in and out and notice how your breath feels when the air goes in through your nose and out through your mouth. Remember focusing on the senses. So the feeling of that breath, the sound of that breath, feel how your body moves with that breath. And after those breaths, you can close your eyes, keep breathing, and just notice as your thoughts come, right? It's normal for thoughts to come and go as we meditate, but just try to let go of those thoughts and focus on your breathing. And yeah, I'd like to do this for about 5 minutes before going to bed. It helps me rest better. And I encourage you all to give it a try too. Let's see. Let's look at the chat. Yeah, Tiana, you can meditate with friends. That's awesome. Everything's better with other people, huh? Zoe, yes, a good breathing exercise. Exactly right. So this is an example of quiet meditation. That's only one form of meditation, right? Meditation is just a practice of being mindful. So this is a great quiet meditation that I think really helps wind down before bed. But there are lots of other activities that could be considered meditation, right? So it could be things like coloring or painting, journaling that we mentioned earlier. Earlier, someone said listening to music, or many of you mentioned yoga, right? Those are all great ways to meditate. Martial arts is another one, swimming, running, boxing. These are all great ways to meditate. And I would encourage you to find a type of meditation that works for you and just try to practice it, to try and just keep us centered every single day, right? Make it a part of your daily routine. And some of these, as you know, are kind of not only great exercises in meditation, but they're great for your physical health too, right? So some of the more active ones, like yoga or running or swimming, are a good workout as well. All right. So does anyone have any questions about mindfulness or meditation? No questions? Any questions? Anyone?
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah, Gilbert, what's up?
So my question is, do we need to listen to some quiet music for meditation?
That's a great question, Gilbert. It is totally up to you. So you can certainly play some quiet music in the background if it helps you stay in the moment. I think that's great. But you don't have to. It's totally up to you.
Oh yeah, it's totally up to me too.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for that question.
You're welcome.
All right. Anybody else have any questions? No, none? All right. Wow, then we will go to our healthy habit challenge of the week. So we're still doing all of these. I know it's been a few months. We're going to wrap up our sort of fall health quarter healthy habit challenges, and we'll start a new set pretty soon, just in time for the holidays. But your challenge for this week, in addition to all of this, is to practice 5 minutes of mindfulness or meditation at least 3 times this week. It doesn't have to look the same every time. So one day you could go and decide to swim and use that as your meditation, and think about, as you're moving, thinking about what the water feels like, focusing on your breath, all that good stuff. And then another day you could do quiet meditation before bed, or you could go swimming again, or you could go on a walk. Totally up to you. But I want you to practice 5 minutes of mindfulness and meditation at least 3 times this week. And next week, whenever we do Health Quarter on Monday, I want you to be prepared to share what you did. So remember, 5 minutes of mindfulness and meditation 3 times. It doesn't have to be the same every time. And maybe you want to switch it up and try a few different things. Okay, so per usual, if anyone has any health questions, any Holly O'Maliola ideas or questions, instead of questions or song requests, please email me. I love hearing from you all. And if you want to watch this presentation or any of our previous ones, you can visit our YouTube channel. We will get this uploaded as soon as possible. Our friend Jennifer is not in the office this week, but she will be back next week. So we will see when this gets uploaded, but it will get uploaded, I promise. And on Wednesday, we will work out. We're going to work out with Coach Tanya. We're doing Zumba, so it's going to be lots of fun, just in time for Thanksgiving. So we'll dance it out and then have some nice festive food the next day. So I hope you will join us. All right, everybody. I will go ahead and stop sharing. I'll stop recording and we can do talk story time.